Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where we talk about beauty treatments, anti-aging, microneedling, radio frequency, makeup tutorials, hairstyling, and wellness and fitness, and everything that pertains to a healthy, happy lifestyle. And if you are here, I want to thank you for joining me on my journey. So here I am with my face all washed, and this morning I did my apricot scrub exfoliation, and to get all that dry skin off so my skin feels very revitalized. And now it will be all ready to add my serums in. The first one that I'm going to add is the vitamin C. And the one that I use is from The Ordinary. My skin always feels very revitalized after I exfoliate. And now I'm going to use The Ordinary peptides with copper and pat that in. Never forget your neck, and the back of your neck and your ears. And then my CoQ10 by Inky, which is gold to me. I love CoQ10 for aging, for anti-aging. Okay, and so today I'm going to use my Renergy Lift from Lancome. So I live in a little small town, and in July is we have a fair that comes to town. So my granddaughter is here visiting from out of town to go to the fair. She's sleeping because she's been out late. She's a teenager. So I got to try to keep my voice down. So if you are new, I want to thank you. And if you had stumbled across my video and you want to see more of my content, please subscribe. Okay, so I never forget sunscreen. And I slather quite a bit of that on. In fact, I'm running out. I'm using the Aveeno Protect and Hydrate because my skin's been kind of dry. And it is a SPF 60. Okay, so now that I have all my serums on, I'll be back to do the makeup tutorial with you, but I always go in between and wash my hands before I start with the makeup because the serums are so sticky. So I will be right back. Okay, so I am ready to get my makeup on. And I just want to say, I had shared on previous videos that I had major abdominal surgery as one of my major surgeries that I had that was debilitating. And my stomach, I have been on a total recovery healing journey in which I've been doing really, really well. Haven't had any stomach attacks and been able to eat all kinds of different foods. But wouldn't you know that when my granddaughter, that I haven't seen since the surgeries, comes to stay with me, because like I was saying, it is fair time in our little town, I have a major stomach attack. So I had the worst stomach pain all last night, and and I just wanted to to tell you that you know, why is timing like that? You know, like out of all the times that I'm doing well, and then when I have company, my stomach acts up. But anyway, so let's get on with this makeup tutorial. I'm still using up a lot of my old makeup that I have. I have tons of makeup. It was like an obsession for me to continually keep buying makeup. And so the concealer that I'm going to use today is from Jane Iredale, and there is two colors. And I start with the more of the peachy kind of color to help with the dark circles and pat it in. So I'm going to pat that in, and I'm going to let it sit before I put the other color in. And I always pat right there in the corners where the dark spots are in my eyes. And I found this in all my stuff. I found this bronzer. It's kind of a generic one. I'll list it. I'll put some lipstick on because of my dry lips. And if I remember, which I really hope that I do, at the end of the tutorial, I'll use a lip. I don't use a lip liner. I use a color stay lipstick kind of thing, and because it stays and doesn't go into the lip lines. Okay, so before I go on to the bronzer, I'm going to pat that in and put that other color. So now I'm going to use the lighter, I don't know if you could see that, the lighter side of that. And pat it in. Yeah, concealer is an absolute must for me with these dark circles. And I've had them all my life, but they seem to get worse with age, as does everything. I hope you're having a good day. And if you've joined me, I want to thank you. And I do all kinds of anti-aging videos, and one of them is microneedling, and in a few days I do it once a month, and I'm going to be doing a medical microneedling, and I'll video it, you know, tape it for you, and so stay tuned. Okay, so now for that bronzer. And I hope that this color is okay for me. It's brand new. It's just been sitting in all my makeup. So I start right up there in the top of my forehead. Boy, that's a little bit dark. Hope I can blend that in good. I go up high as to lift everything up. And then just pat it in with the foundation brush. I pat it in and then I use my hands. And the magnifying mirror, of course. And I do gua sha and radio frequency and as many anti-aging things. I have a whole library of videos if you want to go check them out. Okay, so now for the blush. And so what I'm using is a NARS, and I will list the color. And I just go right there on the apple of my cheek and a little bit on the tip of the nose. And then just kind of tap that in. And then I'm going to have to use my hands again. And the mirror. I think that bronzing is going to be a little dark for me. And maybe even this blush might be. Because this blush is kind of a blushy color too. And I just kind of tap that in. So I want to say that I am so fortunate to have such wonderful, positive, kind subscribers. I have gotten nothing but positive input. And if you want to reach out to me and you know, you want me to do any kind of beauty tutorial or anything that is on your mind, just put it in the comments and I will get back to you. Okay, so hopefully I'm not looking like a clown. You know, maybe there's a reason some of that makeup just sat there. I'll be finding out because I'm pulling it all out to do these beauty tutorials with you. Okay, so blush on and concealer. So we'll go on, and so what I do is I do my eyebrows before I do the eyeshadow. I pulled out another eyebrow pencil that's been sitting there, and it's Anastasia. And I don't know why that one's been sitting there. I know that was not cheap. So when I do my eyebrows, I just kind of draw them in with little like swipes to make them look real. And I'll try my best to have these to get to where you can see me doing it. It's kind of an art to do this on video. And I just kind of outline them a little bit. And typically I always use blonde, so I will list this, but it is a blonde. I have a bald spot right there that I work on. Definitely have to get the eyebrow pencil in that. And then just kind of outline it. And these, it looks like that they went on kind of dark. Maybe there's a reason why I'm not using that one either. Okay, so the eyeshadow I'm using today is from Maybelline. It's just an old one with some pretty colors to it. And I think the colors on this might have faded off, so I can't tell you what the colors. It's kind of a looks like the brown is kind of a chocolatey kind of brown, and then the light color that I'm going to use is a looks like a champagne, peachy kind of champagne color. So I will start with the chocolatey color, and it will go. I will start right there in the corner and then pull over. Okay, so I will let that sit. And then I'll brush out my eyebrows in an upward fashion. And hopefully brushing these out will help them to look a little more natural. And then I always put, and this is a Vanilla Kiss Laura Mercier highlighter that I always put in the corner of my eyes for those dark spots. And then I just kind of pull it over and up and pat it and pull it over and up. And then I'm going to need to blend in this eyeshadow real quick. And I usually have a little sponge that I use, but I forgot to get it. So we'll just use my finger. It works just as well. Sometimes, if not better. And then I will use this e.l.f. Stay All Day, and I just put it on kind of like for a primer, because it's not light enough for me, so it works well as a primer. Okay, now the color that's the light color right here that's in this compact I'm going to put, and I'm going to start with the corner of my eye. Hopefully I won't get it in my eye like my last tutorial. I wear contacts and I got all this in my eye and my eyes were irritated. Okay. And then I just take my finger and blend. Now I take a retractable cocoa ink eyeliner pencil and I eyeline and I tightline. You'll see me doing that in all my videos. Because if I have it down here or on the eyelid, it ages me. So I just found that tightlining on the inner corner and the outer corner is less aging. And you know, I don't know if that works for everyone. You have to do what you feel comfortable with. but it's good sometimes to try new things. Okay, so now it's time. Oh, and I got these really cute on Amazon headbands that I want to show you with sparklies to do my tutorials with. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to curl my eyelash. Always have to curl them to make them stand out. And then what I found in my whole drawer of tons of makeup is this mascara that's supposed to be like magnets. It says they're on there, they're real magnet. So we'll see how that works today. We'll see if magnets work. You know, it's kind of, this is kind of a sad subject to talk about, but this mascara that I'm using today, I had shared on here that my daughter passed away in April 18, 2023, and some of the makeup that I have was in her stuff. And I know this sounds really kind of weird, but I feel like when I use her makeup, that she's here with me, and so some people might think it's kind of weird, but whenever I find something of hers that it just makes me feel closer to her. So just wanted to share that. And I'm hoping that I'm not too quiet in this tutorial because I'm trying not to talk too loud with my granddaughter in the other room sleeping. She might think I'm in here talking to myself. Okay, now the other. And actually, this mascara actually seems kind of nice. It's not surprising to me because my daughter, she was quite a bit like me. She looked a lot like me. And she liked a lot of the same things that I liked. And so she was like one of my closest friends. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bottom with this mascara. And then I'll put another coat on the top after that dries. And I'll try to do it where you can see. I hope I'm getting better at this as I do it on video so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Oop, a little bit clumpy. I'm gonna have to get the old Q-tip. I don't know what I would do without the Q-tips. Okay, so now for the second coat. Let's make those eyelashes pop. With the magnetic mascara. So far, so good. Now the other one. So any of you watching this, I want to say I hope and pray that none of you have ever lost a child, because it is absolutely the most painful thing I've ever had to experience. And I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And if you have and you can relate to me, leave it in the comments if you want to talk, or if you want to just, you know, chat, because my channel is Cheryl's Chill and Chat. So I'm open to anything that you want or you want to get off your heart. Okay, so now for the Super Stay, Maybelline Super Stay, I'm to line my lips, and I'm kind of using a reddish color today because I really want to outline my lips. And I'm going to just kind of just go on this outer, and then just start from the middle here and go up. And so I just really love this stuff. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm here for you. You know, even if this is just YouTube, and, you know, I am here for you. And so if you need to comment or reach out or share, you know, or you feel that you need to say something special about your loved one, I would, you know, be open, and I'd love to hear it, you know, and because you know, one of the biggest things with healing is when we come together, you know, when we're going through stuff, that we're not going through it alone, that we come together. And so I'm here for you. Just, you know, praying that you haven't had to experience that kind of loss. You know, and all loss, any kind of loss, you could talk about any loss to me, because it hurts. It doesn't, I'm not just saying it's from losing a child. Losing a child is just extremely painful. You know, I've lost my father, I've lost my little brother, and that was painful enough. But losing a child, you know, it for me was the hardest, most painful experience I've ever been through. But I'm saying too, if you've lost someone else in your life, you know, you have my full condolences and understanding, and I get you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, that's looking kind of red, I'm going to kind of tone it down with a little pink. You know, and nothing is ever seems to be planned with me. I hadn't planned on getting on here today. And I planned on doing my makeup and, you know, and connecting with you. But I hadn't planned on releasing that. and it just came up. And so, but I do believe in if we need to release something, we need to not hold it in. And so here I am, you know, and and so I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And I will be back with my hair done to show you the finishing result. So here it is, my hairstyle for today, and makeup with tons of volume. And so I hope that you have a wonderful day, and if you enjoyed my video, please subscribe, and I'm on Rumble, so please follow me there, and I will see you in the next video.